Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Changeling. My voice is dying. Had to drink water. Let's continue on though. Thank you for listening to my sick voice. But I'm so hyped to record this. Even though it's a demo, I'm gonna be quite sad. Because we don't really have an estimate date when the game can be released. I think they said like early 2018 or late 2017, but of course they're still progressing on. They do have a Kickstarter. I'm leaving all that below. I should have probably said that in the very first episode. I don't know why I did not, but let's continue on. Hey, Mark! Hey, Michiko! I was relieved when a familiar face showed up, slinging an arm across the blonde's shoulder as he grinned down at me. Hey, Danny! I didn't get a chance to say hi in literature. It's okay, you're surrounded and Alien was either going to introduce me to the teacher or pull my arm out of its socket if I didn't comply. Glad you chose to comply then. Yeah, autonomy wasn't quite worth losing an arm. Mark shrugged away from Danny's arm and brushed off his sleeve, glaring at us both in turn. So, you two know each other. Do you think you can kindly ask her to leave my table? Danny gave Mark a pained look, but the blonde boy didn't budge. Come on, Mark, she's new. You could at least give it a week before you start drawing lines everywhere and declaring where her territory is. I prefer eating alone, you know that. Danny sighed. Right, yes, I do remember that. He gave me an apologetic smile. I was getting used to seeing that sort of smile from him. At least this time didn't involve me getting hit in the head. In any case, I was going to see if you wanted to come eat with me and Elliot and everyone else. Mark can be sort of antisocial, but he's not a bad guy. He doesn't mean any harm. Oh, is he? Is he the quiet type that's mysterious? Because that's the type of guy I always go for in every freaking visual novel. So I'm guessing that type is Mark here. Prince Charming. Of course he didn't. He was just really kicking me out of his spot and trying to intimidate me. I stood. I didn't really get why I should have to put up with people being rude to me for no reason. I hadn't done anything to anyone since I got back, and I wasn't really up for a pity invite to the popular table. Thanks anyway, I think I lost my appetite. Fortunately, I hadn't unloaded anything from my backpack, so I just snatched it up and started away from the table. I wanted to ignore Danny's frown, but there's something inherently puppy dog about it that warranted some kind of response. Thanks for the offer, really, I'm just not up for it right now. I left the cafeteria without another word and no one came after me. Not that I really expected otherwise. That kind of made me sad. I kind of want to cry now. I decided I'd just go somewhere quiet and read for the rest of lunch. And by read, I meant sulk. The day was definitely not going how I had planned. The rest of my day was uneventful. I only had to talk about my incidents in, well, every single class, and it was the same battery of questions every time. Did I really lose my memories? What did I see? What did I really see in the woods? Why did Spencer get questioned by the police? Did he really get attacked by an animal, or was it me? Did I see a murder? Was I abducted by aliens? I still couldn't believe someone actually asked me the last one. I made a mental note to stay far, far away from that kid. I couldn't avoid talking about it every time. Some students were relentless. Eventually, I just settled into the same rote answers. Yes, I really lost my memories. No, I don't know why. No, don't know what I saw, but I was pretty sure it wasn't a murder. The police were trying to cover all their bases, but Spencer had nothing to do with it. He really was attacked by something, but it wasn't me. And as far as I was aware, no aliens were involved. Most people opted to leave me alone when they realized they were going to get any juicy details out of me. Otherwise, there were no major problems. At any rate, no one else decided to be blatantly rude to me. What I really wanted to do was grab Allie and talk to her about what happened at lunch, but I didn't get a chance. As much as she was glad to have me back, we didn't have any afternoon classes together. It was a little lonely, to be honest. Especially since the day was such a mixed bag. I knew that I'd settle in. I knew the rumors would die out no matter how much Kay or anyone else tried to stir them up. There was just nothing to really talk about anyway. I knew first dates were usually kind of rough, but I've been hoping for better. And I feel like my sick voice is making it more dramatic than it is. I'm so sorry. We still haven't met one last guy though. There's one last guy I haven't bumped into. My head was pounding by the time I made my way to my locker and dumped the last of my newly assigned textbooks in it. I stood quietly for a moment, head leaning against the side as I geared myself up for the tense ride home. Hey Michiko! I turned hesitantly at the sound of my name, but it sagged in relief when it was only Elliot. A familiar and most importantly friendly face. I gave him a tired smile. Hi. Whoa, you okay? You look, kind of pale. Are you feeling sick? I'm fine. You sure? You're looking kind of anemic. I'm not anemic, just tired. It was a long day. Yeah, I heard. A lot of kids were talking about you and your brother all day. Yeah, tell me about it. I slammed my locker door and hefted my book bag to my shoulder. I also saw what happened at lunch. Yeah? About that. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not mad at anyone over that. Are you sure? Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a big deal. Okay, just don't take it personally, okay? Everyone here has their stories. Know what I mean? I suppose I should know that better than anyone. And don't worry about people talking about you. They'll stop. Soon. Probably. Encouraging. Well, I couldn't complain. He was trying to cheer me up, and that was sweet. Yeah. I rubbed my head and gave him another exhausted smile. I should go. The evil twin is probably already waiting impatiently for me. Okay, I have a club meeting I need to get to. I really hope you feel better. Have fun at your club, or I'll be fine, don't worry about me. No, have fun at your club. Okay, well, have fun at your club then. Maybe I should try to enter a club too. It's not really the sort of club you have fun at, usually, but I'll try. I didn't want to make it all about me. Sometimes you gotta make them feel comfortable as well. Because that was probably awkward for him to talk to, so yeah, think about other people sometimes. He waved and darted off down the hall toward the stairwell. What sort of club isn't meant for fun? I wondered if the office had a list of clubs I could register for. Of course, I'd have to coordinate with Spencer or get a reference to someone I might want to wait until I was a little more settled in. My voice! Ah! But it might be nice to get involved in something during my last year. At any rate, I made my way outside, keeping an eye out for Spencer as I went. I wasn't looking forward to the drive home at all, but this time I'd just stay quiet. I don't think I can handle another argument today. My nerves are already pretty frayed. I jogged across the front lawn toward the parking lot in spite of my head. If anything, Spencer complaining that I made him wait would just make my headache worse anyway. I merely spotted the car and it looked like Spencer was already waiting. I picked up the pace. When I got home, I was just going to go upstairs and immediately crash and sleep. Wait, what is he doing? I was still at least 20 yards from him, so why was Spencer already backing out of the parking space? Does he not see me? I waved one arm as I ran, wondering if he thought I was getting a ride with Allie or something. I froze mid-wave as he pulled out of the space, looked right at me, and drove off. Are you kidding me? I very nearly threw my backpack on the ground and had a tantrum right there in full view of everyone. Taking my phone out, I sent him a flurry of angry texts. What are you doing? You looked right at me. Hello? Are you coming back to get me? Stop ignoring me! 10 minutes later, there was still no answer. I tried calling twice, but he didn't pick up. Wow, that jerk! Tears of frustration stung my eyes as I clutched my backpack so hard the strap cut into my hand. He wasn't coming back. He just left me there while looking right at me. The parking lot was rapidly empty, but I was not going to stand there or cry in front of everyone. Trembling with fear, I stormed away to find a place to calm down. Think and plot how I was going to murder my brother in his sleep. But after I figured out how I was going to get home. I could text Mom, but she and Dad were both at work. Grandma and Grandpa would be busy too. I flopped down under a tree near the back corner of the parking lot. Oh my god, I would cry so hard. I'll be like, okay, looks like I'm walking home now. Allie said she had a club meeting, so I don't think she could give me a ride unless I waited for her to finish. I didn't know anyone else well enough to ask. I bit my lower lip and looked quickly, trying to blink away the tears before they spilled over. But there was no one nearby, and unless someone walked right past me, I didn't think I'd be seen easily. I would easily be seen, or whatever. Don't care! I would cry already. I'm an emotional wreck. I would have cried instantly. I would have just flopped down, cried. I don't care if anyone's watching. Crying. Because I'm a new girl anyway. People should know that new girl feeling. I finally gave in and buried my face on my knees, sobbing quietly, half from anger and half from sheer disappointment. The whole day had sucked. A lot. It had been stupid for me to be glad I was back. Are you crying? Crap! Who would come up and ask if I'm crying? Excuse me? Crap, I looked up hastily wiping my face as I wondered who was crashing my little pity party. Oh, the last guy! Oh, his eyes are beautiful. Another person I would go after because it's dark and mysterious. And I'm very obsessed with people with this hairstyle. A super tall guy in a leather jacket was standing nearby looking down at me. I hadn't even heard him walk up. I'm fine. I rubbed the back of my hand across my eyes, feeling pathetic. There was no way to believe I wasn't crying. You sure? Damn, these people are really nice, these guys. Never happening in real life. I nodded vigorously, but from his tone, it was obvious he knew it wasn't true. Whatever. I turned away and walked to a motorcycle parked nearby. Okay! Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, whatever. She's not gonna talk to me, whatever. He turned away and walked to a motorcycle parked nearby. I can't believe someone caught me crying. How middle school of me. I watched him set the helmet on the seat and stow his backpack. Stow? I probably shouldn't have stared, but he was kind of rude, so I was going to stare all I wanted. If I was going to revert back to middle school with my behavior, I might as well take it all the way. He paused and glanced my way again. I watched him grab something and stalk back over. He tossed something square and rectangular to me. Achoo? It says achoo? Aw, tissues. Thanks. Okay, maybe there's a nice guy in there after all. He shrugged. Is there a reason you're sitting back here crying? I want to cry right now. I feel so bad for her. But yes, fuck it. Who cares? Yes, there is. Might as well be honest. No one would ever, like, clearly in real life, I feel like no one would stop. They would just walk by her if she's crying. But this guy, he's like, no, I'm gonna talk to this girl. Yes, there is. Glared up at him, daring him to try to pry further. He just looked sort of amused, but not all intimidated. I guess I couldn't blame him. How tall was he anyway? I was going to strain my neck looking up at him. Thanks for the tissue. I mean, not for badgering me about crying. I wasn't badgering, I was asking, but it's not a problem. I'm Ewan, I believe. Ewan, by the way. All these names are beautiful. That was an interesting name. Ewan? What? Ewan. Ewan? Is that how you pronounce it? Whoa, is that how you... Is it? Ewan? I bet they did that because they knew people were going to pronounce it wrong. Is it Ewan? Alright, I'm going to pronounce it like that. So, I mean... It's given to me, Ewan. Michiko. Just nodded and crouched next to me. I don't recognize you. I'm new, sort of. I used to live here a few years ago, but I just moved back. Oh, you're that girl. Thanks. I gave him a questioning look, but he just shrugged. I've heard some kids talking about some new girls, something about some disappearance a few years back. Again, that's me. I see. Well, you look more normal than I expected. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I was just about to leave. Are you waiting for a ride? Do you need a lift or something? Oh, I don't... My brother ditched me, so I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to get home. I'll give you a ride if you don't mind riding a motorcycle. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. I'm used to riding motorcycles with my dad. Because in Vietnam, that's all that was there for transportation. Because getting on a taxi, you could say hell no to that. Get on a motorcycle. I never have ridden one before. But that was like so long ago. That's probably like 10 years ago? 11 years ago? 9 years ago. It was a long time since I've ridden one. I'm not going to force you. I bit my lip. I couldn't accept a ride from someone I didn't know, but at the same time, I didn't know if anyone else could come get me. Oh, let's go. Let's go! Yeah, you know what? I'll take you up on that. I live out in Raven's Glade. He almost smiled, but not quite. I live there too. Oh, convenient. Thanks. He stood and helped pull me to my feet. Dang, he was really tall. The top of my head barely reached his chin, and that was with heels. Ewan. That's his name? Ewan? I guess it's like Ewan, but it's like Ewan? Ewan. Hopefully that's... I have an extra helmet you can use. Well, thanks. My mom would have definitely killed me if I showed up on the back of a motorcycle with no helmet. Then she'd probably kill you too. She hates making people feel left out. That elicited a smirk. I'll keep it in mind. I watched him pull down 2 pegs on either side of his bike. I'm guessing my feet go there? He smirked at me as he tossed the helmet. You get an A+. That bit gets really hot, so don't touch it. Anything else? Hold on, lean when I lean and try not to fall off. Simple and to the point. I like it. He climbed on the bike and patted the seat behind him as he put the helmet on. I climbed on carefully, mostly occupied with how I should hold on to him. And wondering why his helmet got a cool visor thing, and my face was bared for all the bugs in the world to splat onto. I hope he didn't mind being my bug shield, because I was definitely going to hide my face behind him. Hold on, we're going. Right. I placed my hands awkwardly on his hips and as he started the bike and we were off. It was cold. It was already well into fall anyway, but it was so much colder on the back of our motorcycle. Fortunately, our neighborhood was fairly close to school. I quickly found myself grateful he was so much bigger than me. In addition to shielding me from bugs, he also blocked some of the wind. Not much, but I suspected it was colder sitting up front than behind. I just held on to him tightly and hoped the freezing wind didn't permanently freeze my hands to his waist. That would have been awkward. 15 minutes and a short stop for specific directions later, and Ewan was pulling into my driveway. Spencer's car was there, but so was Dad's. By the time Ewan killed the engine, Dad was already on the front porch, eyes wide. I dismounted carefully, only narrowly avoiding falling on my butt. Nice dismount. I'd give it an 8.5 for style. I'm not going to tell you to shut up, but only because you were nice enough to give me a ride. Oh, Dad swept me into a bear hug that muffled the rest of that. Thank God, you weren't answering your phone. Well, I couldn't really. Oh, this is Ewan, a classmate. He gave me a ride. Dad offered his hand, though he didn't look too happy about the motorcycle. Ewan took his helmet off, shook Dad's hand. I gave him a surprisingly polite nod. He had that bad boy look about him, but I guess he wasn't actually that bad. It was kind of disappointing. Someone wearing that much leather really should have more attitude. But I mean, I don't expect him to give that much attitude to your father. Excuse me? What if he wants to marry your ass and he's gonna be like, psh, spits on his hand and handshakes? No. Psh. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you for giving her a ride. I handed the helmet back to Ewan. Seriously, I really appreciate it. I'll treat you to a coffee or something at some time. Don't worry about it. I guess I'll see you at school. He nodded and put his helmet back on, waving once as he started the bike. And with that, he was gone. Dad and I watched him in silence for a moment. You are so not treating him to coffee. Ever. Hey, he was nice enough to give me a ride. Speaking of which, please tell me my horrible brother is grounded. For a month, at least. Come on, you look like you're freezing. I'll make you some hot coffee. Hot chocolate, sorry. I snuggled it to his side as we went in together. All in all, it wasn't a completely horrible ending to the day. Oh wait, there's more? I was pretty sure I was dreaming, but in the cold and blitch? Holy hell, my mouth. Pitch black. I fused those words together. There was no sound, no sensation. I tried to move, but it was as if the darkness was weighing me down. I tried to scream, but there was nothing. I couldn't hear the sound of my own voice. I couldn't even feel myself screaming. As I waited for any sign, any sound, or a hint of light, I slowly became aware of the fact that I was running. The slow tingle sensation began to creep back. I could feel my feet crashing through what felt like underbrush. I have to find what? I didn't know. Twigs and stones cut into my feet, and inwardly I screamed at myself to stop running. No, not yet, not yet. It was my voice speaking, but it wasn't me. I sounded raspy and weird. Psh, right now, me, because I'm sick, and I didn't even know what I had meant by that. Finally, I came to a halt. My hand reached out to steady myself against something. I felt scratchy bark against my skin. The moment I touched it, reality came crashing back. Or rather, I felt like I went crashing from nothingness back into reality. I expected to wake up. Oh my god, where am I? I expected to wake up in my bed in cold sweat, but when it came to I was standing up, I wasn't even in my room, much less in my bed. I was in the middle of the woods, surrounded by trees on all sides. Panic rose in my throat. Did I do it again? That strange sensation of crashing back into reality was eerily familiar. How long have I been gone this time? My heart was thudding uncomfortably as I looked around and listened for search parties. It was probably stupid to immediately assume I'd been missing for weeks already, but it's not like it would have been unprecedented. There was only silence. I wasn't sure whether I should have been relieved or not, but at the very least, I must not have been gone long. But now what? It was dark but clear. I was in a bit of clearing, so the moonlit up my surroundings pretty well. I turned trying to get my bearings. To my great relief, I saw the warm glows of lights through the trees only a short distance away. Was I sleepwalking or something? That had never happened before, especially not to the point that I ended up outside. That is so scary. I took a deep breath and started making my way back towards the lights. It was freezing, but before I stopped to contemplate any major questions about the current situation, I needed to get back home. I would worry about the sudden sleepwalking problem after that. Something in the distance let out a long howl. A shiver crawled up my spine and I looked anxiously over my shoulder. Coyote, maybe. It was a ways off, but still too close for comfort. I carefully picked my way through a little gully, wincing as I found a blackberry vine I hadn't been looking for. Ow, ow, ow! I managed to wrap itself around both legs in no time. Thorns jabbed at my fingers as I tried to pry it off in the dark. The sudden crack of underbrush off to one side immediately put my heart in my throat again. What was that? I was trying to see into the shadows. It might have just been a deer, but this area did apparently have black bears. Not to mention things like cougars. Everything went silent again. I was thinking of making a break for the lights. They were maybe 40 yards away and up to a little hill. I could make it. Suddenly a shadow moved. I tried to make out the shape, but it was deep in the trees beyond the moonlight. To my relief, it looked like it was moving away from me, but when it suddenly broke into a run... Oh, shh! I would be so scared! I was almost certain I'd glimpsed something person-shaped. What? Someone else was out here too? But who? And were they watching me? Run for the houses or follow the shadow. Ideally speaking, we should run for the house. But we're already out here. In real life, I will run for the house. But this is a game. Follow the shadow. I ripped myself in the blackberry vines with the thought of chasing the shadowy figure. It probably wasn't that smart, but I wasn't thinking clearly. I was outside at night and someone was stalking me. I wanted to know who it was and what was going on. Because if you run home, they could follow us. Let's just try to conquer our fears. If we die, we die. We're having a horrible first day. I'm kidding. We're not gonna die. We're main character. I'd only gone a few feet before I realized that everything between me and that area was a sea of tangled blackberry vines. They were already snagging my pants, jabbing into my legs and feet. Ouch, 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 ouch. Thinking better of that decision, I retreated and decided to limp my way back up the gully towards the light. I kept an eye out in case that figure came back, but they were nowhere to be seen. At the top of the gully, I realized I had been just below my house the entire time. The lights I'd seen were from Elliot's back porch. Thank goodness. The back gate had been left wide open. I must have come out through there. From the looks of it, I was right. I hadn't been gone long. Lights were still off inside. Fortunately, I woke up before I got too far away. I let myself back into the yard, quietly creeping into the house and into the partially open back door. It was so weird knowing I had to have come this way, but I didn't remember any of it. It wasn't like it was unusual for me, but I just could not afford to start the stuff up again. As I was shutting the door, I heard the sound of soft movement behind me. I spun around, startled. Spencer was there at the bottom of the stairs. I could barely make his face out in the dim light from over the stove. What are you doing? I stepped out for some air. I couldn't sleep. I wasn't about to tell him I'd gone for a little sleepwalk in the woods at night. I padded across the kitchen and tried to get up the stairs, but Spencer blocked my way. That's all you were doing? Yeah, that's it. Can you let me go to my room? I'm freezing. I paused. Wait a second. I've been doing the creepy sleepwalker thing, and had to do some serious thinking about that. But, what are you doing up? I heard you coming in. I thought I might be a burglar. Well, it's not. Just me, and since I live here, can you please move? He didn't look like he wanted to, but he finally stepped aside and let me pass. It wasn't until I shut the door to my room that I realized Spencer had been fully dressed and wearing shoes. Why was he fully dressed if he got up when he heard me come in? Then again, maybe he had thrown his clothes on when he thought he heard someone downstairs. No one wanted to confront a potential thief in a t-shirt and boxers, I assumed, but I was way too tired to dwell on that. And before I could go back to sleep, I had to pick the thorns out of my feet, then disinfect the numerous cuts and scrapes that occupied me for far longer than I would have liked. When I finally fell into bed, I didn't have any more answers about why I'd been outside than I did when I first woke up out there, and I wasn't sure if there was anyone I could tell about it. Nope. Because our brother's a jerk, and we're not close like that. Before bed last night and before my nighttime escapades in the woods, Allie and I had texted quite a bit about my less then exemplary first day at school. She had casually informed me that she would be driving me there and back for the foreseeable future, or at least until I got my own car. Fortunately, she lived in the same neighborhood, so it wouldn't really be an inconvenience for her to stop by. The only drawback was that she usually had to arrive early because she did extra credit work in the office. It was mostly just filing and such, but it meant she had to be there quite a bit before class started, which meant I would have to loiter around school with nothing to do for half an hour or so. I wasn't going to complain though, it could have been worse. I had to admit that I was kind of annoyed Spencer basically won. He wouldn't have to drive me to school or put up with me being anywhere near me anymore. Then Dad informed us that Spencer had lost car privileges for the next month. Dad would pick him up after school and drive him to the showroom for work, and the poor guy would have to catch the bus every morning. To add insult to injury, the car would sit unused the entire time, since I'd be riding with Allie. She's not even going to be using it. Too bad, you left her at school on purpose. I don't think you deserve to drive the car. I'm already going to be working for you for a month and doing all her chores. I get it. I'm sorry. I just had a bad day. That's not an excuse to leave your sister standing in the parking lot crying. They were already at it when I went downstairs. I tried to ignore the fight as I ate breakfast. It wasn't easy, especially with the look Spencer kept giving me. He could not expect me to feel sorry for him. There was absolutely no way I could feel sorry for him. I mean, he was my brother, and he was already being punished. I tried to ignore the part of me that wanted to defend him. Ignore it! He did not second guess when he left that parking lot. No, he did not. I mean, the punishment was kind of harsh, but to be honest, I kind of loved it. Yeah, sue me, he deserved it this time. Maybe I should shake him up enough that he'd deal with his issues and start treating me like a fellow human being again. If he wanted to be mad at me forever, fine, but maybe now he wouldn't go out of his way to be mean to me. Or hey, he could have maybe even tried to work things out like a normal person. Besides, I'd had a bad day too, and a sizable portion of my bad day was because of him. I was just rinsing my breakfast dishes when I heard Allie honking. Moments later, I ran out the door trying to pull on my jacket. So, I was thinking, a dangerous pastime. I'm not playing. No. Anyway, I was thinking you should join my club. The one you were at yesterday. Man, it's so much nicer to ride with someone who's ignoring me. Yep, there are only 2 girls in it. One is me and the other is, well, she doesn't show up every day anyway, and she's kind of a bit catty. Oh god, don't tell me it's Kay. No. So, you want me to join a club and deal with some other catty girl? I want you to keep me company. You're fitting great. Give it a try, please? In any case, if you're waiting for me to finish up every day, you might as well just join it instead of sitting around. Okay, that's a fair point. What is the club anyway? Paranormal Mysteries Club. Our character, she instantly like, what? What did you just say? I stared at her. The first thing that came to mind when I thought of the paranormal were UFOs, bones physics, and those cheesy websites with articles about Atlantis and dinosaurs living in the Amazon. Really? It's actually really fun. I eyed her skeptically. I was sure it was fun if you were into that kind of thing, but I couldn't imagine her believing in that stuff. So what, you research Bigfoot or something? Do ghost hunts? Look for aliens? Well, not exactly, but you'll find out if you stop by. I promise you have fun. Oh, those 2 guys you live next door to? Elliot and Danny? They're both in it. Seriously? I didn't think either of them would be into that sort of thing. I tried to imagine Danny getting excited over blurry videos of someone in an ape suit. It didn't compute. You'd be surprised. Just think about it, okay? And it might not hurt to give it a try, I guess. Ellie let out her characteristic squeal of excitement. It would be really annoying if it wasn't so completely adorable. When we reached the school, Allie went to help in the office. I decided to stop by my locker before going to the library to read for a while. It was definitely still pretty early. There was almost no one around as I opened my locker door to grab my trig and chemistry books. I really hoped that things would go more smoothly than the day before. Yesterday morning had only been okay because the stories hadn't spread that far yet, but by now everyone had heard them. I heard a soft sigh and turned around immediately, expecting to see someone behind me, waiting for me to get out of their way. There was no one there. Excuse me. I looked up and down the hall, but there was no one in sight. Okay, that was weird. I definitely heard something. Chewing my lip, I slowly shut my locker door, still listening. Maybe it was a draft of some kind, but it really had sounded like a person. I shook my head and took a deep breath. It was probably just my imagination. I was on edge because of yesterday and last night. That was all. I headed for the school library. I wondered what sort of things they really do in the Paranormal Mysteries Club. Alice had said it was fun. When I got into the librarian was nowhere to be found, so I hid in a corner and read until the first bell rang. I had to cough. Oh god. Okay, I'm just gonna stop here today. I feel like I'm gonna have a cough attack coming up. So we're gonna save it here for today. Thank you guys for watching. So sorry. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.